We're going to be making steak au poivre today, steak with pepper. I've cracked up a bunch of black pepper and crusted both sides of these filet mignon. I'm going to cook them to a perfect medium rare in here. All this burnt stuff you're going to see in the bottom of the pan is going to work magic, but see, it's not really burnt. It's cracked peppercorns. I know it kind of looks black and gross. Based on a little of this melted butter on there on top of these steaks, just to soak that good fat pepperiness down in there. Tempt them with a thermometer, pull them out at a perfect mid-rare, maybe just a smidge under. Now, I know that looks black and gross, but it's not burned to death. That's black peppercorns that are just crushed up with a mallet, not ground up. Now we're going to add some brandy, and we're going to flambe this thing. Everybody calls for cognac in this, but brandy and cognac are basically the same thing. You know, like whiskey made in Kentucky is bourbon, brandy made in the cognac region is cognac, so just pick a decent brandy that brags about its aroma. Now, I am always, too, when you flambe, make sure to have a pan lid ready just in case it gets out of control. You can just drop your pan lid right on top of there. I'm going to kick the lights off so you can see. Now, I'm going to use a pan lid here, but the reason I'm going to do that, watch this. Oh, it's getting real. Yeah, I'm going to hold a pan lid over here because above this stove is my microwave. There is a ton of heat coming off of this thing. I'm just using this pan lid to redirect the heat away a little bit so I don't melt my microwave door. But also, if it did get out of hand, you could just drop that thing on there and then put it right out. Look at that. Look at all those peppercorns down in there, just rolling around, simmering in that brandy. Yeah, they're going to, especially when we continue to make the sauce here in a minute, it's just going to soften that right up, man, and those things are going to absolutely be delicious. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking that looks gross. There's no way this can possibly taste good. I'm telling you, it's going to be succulent. We're going to put in some heavy whipping cream. I like to use just a little bit of Grey Poupon mustard there. You know, there's a bunch. The truest form of this sauce is literally that brandy and steak juice and pepper and some heavy cream, and you whisk it around and you know, let that thicken up to where you want it. A lot of people, some especially in England, they like to put some Worcestershire in it. Fresh green peppercorns out of a can at the end. A lot of people do that kind of stuff, but I like a little bit of Grey Poupon mustard, and then we're going to put that heavy whipping cream in there. And this is where the real magic begins. It was smelling pretty much like brandy and pepper before. Now it's going to smell great. And notice again those black specks. That's not burned junk. That's cracked peppercorns that are, even as we speak, softening up into these tender yet still somehow crunchy, succulent bites of aroma that are just going to coat your steak when we toss the steak around in this sauce. Honestly, I kind of think of it as gravy. See how it sticks to the spoon there? That's about what you're looking for. Honestly, this could maybe be one tint darker, but I'm good with it. And you're going to take those steaks that are just medium rare or a tinge under. Make sure not to waste any of that juice. Pour that in there. You're going to want that. Toss them around in there. Oh, that cream, the brandy, the pepper. Oh, it's just coating that with goodness. And since you reduced that with that heavy whipping cream in there, this is really like a nice, just a succulent sauce. I don't know why it tastes so wonderful. Now we're just going to douse it in the rest of them. Now, if you were eating this in a French bistro, which is like where this dish originated, they'd probably have some big steak fries, you know, and you'd be dipping your big steak French fries in that sauce. Anyway, steak au poivre, do it up!